Wysteria, energy twister. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. And welcome back to Poems of Dreams. We are now on farewell. To dream of bidding farewell, or of departing without returning, betokened death in 1855. However, today, to dream of bidding farewell to someone, it very much depends on the person you are saying farewell to and in what circumstances. This put together will interpret the dream. Does not mean death, though. That's not what it means today, but that was back then. Anyway, the poem. Fare thee well, fare thee well, most beautiful of earthly things. I will not bid thy spirit stay, nor link to earth those glittering wings that burst like light away. I know that thou wert gone to dwell in the sunny home of the fresh day beam, before decay's unpitying tread hath crept upon the dearest dream that ever came and fled. Fare thee well, and go thy way, all pure and fair, into the starry firmament, and do wander there with the spirits of air, and as bright and innocent. Fare thee well, see, I have been to the sweetest bowers, and I called from garden and from heath the tenderest of all tender flowers, and blended in my wreath the violet and the blue berbel, and one fair rose in its earlier bloom. Alas, I meant it for thy hair, and now I fling it on thy tomb, to weep and wither there. Fare thee well, sleep, sleep, my love, in fragrant shade. Droop, droop tonight, thou blushing token, a fairer flower shall never fade, nor a fonder heart be broken. The next poem, again we're still on farewell. 3 riders went out at a castle gate. Farewell, their loves at the window a weeping thrate. Farewell, and since, alas, we must parted be, then give me thy ring to remember thee. Farewell, such parting 'twere pity to tell. There is one who parts us, 'tis death the churl. Farewell, he taketh so many a rosy girl. Farewell, he parteth so many a husband and wife, that made for each other pleasure in life. Farewell, such parting 'twere pity to tell. He taketh the child in the cradle laid. Farewell, oh, when shall I meet my nut-brown maid? Farewell, ah, not on the morrow, oh, were it today, for both of us then would be happy and gay. Farewell, such parting 'twere a pity to tell. Yeah, I like that, it's quite nice. Sad but nice. and the next is fire. Now, to dream of a fire, an ordinary one, is a favourable sign. It's like a desire that's coming true in a happy home, a desire that's in the home, maybe. A large fire. This can mean a calamity, but it can be averted if you take heed to the dream. A fire is more of a purification now than it is anything else. So to dream of fire today can mean so many things. It can mean purification. It can mean that you need to cleanse, get rid of the old, and bring in the new. So, the poem that goes with fire. Benignant is the mind to the flame, which, when man keeps watch and makes it tame, but fearful is this heaven's force, when all unfettered in its course, it steps forth on its own fierce way, blood red now. Heaven is flushing, that is not the daylight's glow. What a rushing! Streets all up, smoke rolls up, flickering mounts the fire column, through the long streets onward growing, going swift as winds are going, as far out a furnace rushing, glows the air and beams are crushing and crashing, pillars tumble, children crying, windows breaking, mothers flying, mid the ruin, beasts are lowing, all is fleeing, saving, running, light as day, the night's blooming, through the chain of hands, all vying swiftly flying, goes the bucket, bow-like bending, spouts the water high ascending, howling comes the blast, befriending the flame. It roaring seeks and fans, crackling mists the well-dried grains, seizing on the granary chambers, and the dry wood of the timbers, and, as if it would, in blowing, tear the huge bulk of the world, with it in its flight uphurled, mounts the flame to heaven, growing, giant tall, hopeless all. Man to God at last hath yielded, idly sees what he hath builded, wandering to destruction going. That is Skilla Songs of the Bells. That's what it's by anyway. So this is fire again, but it means more like a torch, a burning torch, a candle as such, or a oil lantern, things like that. You have to bear in mind they would be used quite a lot back then. So, but apparently, if you dream of a lighted torch in the hands of another person, that forbids evil. A torch burning by itself signifies a reward. If extinguished, that signifies arrest by justice. If a woman dreams of lighting a torch with ease, she will be fortunate with her children. If with difficulty, then obviously she will not be fortunate with her children. For young people to dream of carrying torches, this is fortune in love, success, in every undertaking, triumph over enemies, and also signifies honour and regard. That's obviously back then. To dream of a torch now would it very much would mean somebody guiding us or showing us the way by lighting up the way to follow the righteous path, sort of thing. To see the light at the end of the tunnel, that kind of thing. The poem. By dream I saw one of the three Sisters of fate appear to me. Close to my bedside she did stand, showing me there a firebrand. She told me, too, as that did spend, she drew my life unto an end. 3/4 were consumed of it, only remained a little bit, which will be burnt up by and by. Then, Julia, weep, for I must die. Wow, that's sad. The next is fishing. So back then, to dream of a fish is very much the symbol of church, Christ. But among the Gothic Freemasons, it was a type of voluptuousness and pleasure. To catch many a great fishers in dreams, this is Artemidoros, pleasant and lucrative omen that will save those who are around you. Yes, I'm not really sure about the meaning of fish today. I'd have to look in my dream journal. It's not something like I don't really dream of fishing or anything. My dreams are really weird, but I think it very much depends on the type of fish and how many fish, to what it means. Obviously, back then it was very different. The poem. The waters rose, the waters swelled. A fisher sat thereby, and quietly his angle held. Chill to the heart was he. The water in dreamy motion kept, as he sat in dreamy mood. A wave hove up, a damsel stepped, all dripping from the flood. She sang to him, she spake to him, why dost thou lure away my sweet brood by the human heart to the deadly light of day? Ah, knewest thou how light of heart the little fishes live? Thou wast come down all as thou art, and thy true life receive. Love not the sun with all his beams, loves not the moon by night, to bathe while my dew and rise, all trembling, doubly bright, and tempt thee not the eternal skies, here spread in watery blue, and tempt thee not thine own dark eyes, down through the eternal dew. The water rose, the water swelled, it wetted its bare feet, as something rose within his heart. He seemed his love to meet. She spoke to him, she sung to him, with him 'twas quickly o'er. Half drew she him, half sunk he in, and ne'er was heard of a more. It's kind of nice because actually that indicates something more like a mermaid taking down the fisherman, which is very much an English folklore thing. The next is flying. So to dream of flying in 1855 would be a pleasure and peril. Voler in somnis, signum est dignitatis. To fly in dreams betokens eminence. That's what that means. As one enamoured is upborne in dream, o'er lily-paved lakes, mid silver mist to wondrous music. Next poem. Oh, what a dainty pleasure 'tis to ride in the air when the moon shines fair. Oh, sing and dance and toy and kiss over woods, high rocks and mountain, over seas our mistress fountain, over steeples, towers and turrets, We fly by night, among troops of spirits. No ring of bells to our ears sound, no howl of wolves, no yelps of hound. No, not the noise of water's breach, or cannon's throat our height can reach. The next poem. And hastily by both the armies twain I was raised up into the air, held in a cloud of crystal, clear and fair, ascending upward, I, from spear to spear, through air and water and the hot fire, till yet I come unto the circle clear of signifia cohere fair leat and skia. The signy shone with an airy, springy motion over mountain, over ocean. In our dreams, ever in the sun's bright glances, as a bright mote upward dances in its gleams. Wow, so yeah, that's the end of this episode, guys. I do find these very interesting, but thank you so much for listening. I truly appreciate it, and many blessings. Wysteria, energy, twister.